Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Enoch Eddy in Uganda, and today we are going to look at Practical, Eddy Kenzo's song, directed by director Martin Beta. Let's dive in and see how I lit and why I took certain choices on certain shots. The main performance of this music video was done in a warehouse, and we did one set. I chose to use 3-point lighting, which I modified with a couple of modifiers I had around. You used a few things we had at location to achieve a great picture. A warehouse itself was a square. We had almost 3/4 of it to work in, which I chose to use a corner, and I directed my art to paint it blue. The good thing, it had a cyc. I had a good space from the platform where he was to be and the background. One side white, only these two corners were blue, and down and where he was seated. I chose to use 3-point lighting, and I had one of the small rig in the corner to act as my backlight, and add another small rig down on the stand, pointing onto my white wall, and then I got a 5-in-1 reflector, which I set up around here with diffusion, and I raised up, which I had my 300D go through to give me a big soft key. Remember, I told you I prefer using these modifiers because they soften up my light, and the quality of light becomes soft. Having my light go through this 5-in-1 reflector, it became big and soft on the skin. So this small rig light which bounced on the white wall, it became my key light, which I used to make also big, because this wall was more closer to the subject. It ended up being a lot on his skin. This small rig light bounced on the white in the wall, reflecting back its light on him. There also I had a Godox 100, which I put on a stand down here to light him direct. This is the ad 100 Godox. This is what we saw on him here. So I put another small rig light above this platform in a softbox, going through the big softbox. So I had a softbox to fill in from above, to give all room ambience from above. So in total, I had the backlight and the backlight one. I had a overlight, which was from the top in a softbox. Then I had another aperture 300D going through a 5-in-1 reflector. I had a small rig on white, a Godox 100D, one of it, lighting him, only spotted on his face because it was a spotlight, to bring it a little bit, to give it more light than the rest of the body. In total, I had 5 lights, which I modified and you used, but I used the concept of 3-point lighting. So having my 5 lights on him, my backlight coming in, then my top light coming in, the white wall here bouncing in and it bouncing it back, then my 100D, a Godox one, going straight on his face, then having this 5-in-1 reflector above. I think you can see the softbox in his reflector. So having the 300 going through the the 5 reflector and lighting him back. Let me just illustrate here. If this was Kenzo on the platform, my camera was here on 180 dolly. So the 5-in-1 reflector was right behind me. And the 300 going through. Then a white wall here, then the Godox here. Other light acting as the background was here. And then I had the overhead. Basically, that's how I lit this all set in the studio. Just briefly to talk about the pool scene, it was lit by 3 lights, which were the Morig lights from afar. I set them on 300 Kelvin, both of them, and then 300D aperture, filling in the whole space from a distance. On this backlight, I had 2 of them. And why I had 2 of them, I had them on different heights. One was lower than the other. I had 1 and 2 on different heights so that I can achieve all this light falling on him and also achieving the air light. So with this, I had to have both these lights at the same place but on different heights. And then the 300D open face just filled in. That's why you see it creates this shadow here on him when she leans back. If briefly I'm to talk about this outside scene, the road scene, strictly natural light. It was only the sun. All I did, I made sure that I shoot this scene when the sun is at the back. So the sun acted as my backlight. And I had a 5-in-1 reflector at the front, and the camera was behind it. So we moved backward. The camera was also running on a gimbal. So in this scene, it was strictly sun with a bounce of a reflector. So when we moved into the scene where they were crossing the road, then the sun acted as their fill. When we talk about this night scene, I had my camera ISO on 800, and then my stops were at 1.8, which I left my shutter angle at 180. I was shooting it from the balcony, so let's have an example that this was the balcony and this was the room. So this was the room and the doors were here. I got 2 more regular lights in the corner, each in each corner, and then I bounced it up the ceiling, which gave me the ambience here, if they were here, and they gave me the ambience here. So we shot. This dinner set was lit by 3 lights, 300D here, which was bouncing onto the reflector, bouncing on the reflector and then bouncing back onto them. Then I went back here, put a small rig which was white, the one you see on her forehead, I don't know, on his back of the arm. So then I came around here, put another small rig, and then put red, then acted as the backlight and added a little bit of smoke. Thank you for joining me in this breakdown, and I hope to do more breakdowns in the near future. I know I'm not doing them the right time with the right speed because also I'm busy and I'm working DP, but all in all, I'll always get time and I do these breakdowns. Thank you for your time and see you in the next one.